Hi everyone, Vacha here from Recording Studio 9 and thanks for joining me again today. In my last video of demonstration of Cakewalk by BandLab, the free DAW, which previously used to be known as Cakewalk Sonar Platinum, I demonstrated what's included as the Pro channel, which was found right here, and all of the Pro channel modules available. In today's video, I'm going to actually have a look at what's included as VST plugins. I'm not going to demonstrate each of them, but I'm just going to quickly show what actually is included. On my laptop, which I'm demonstrating at the moment, I also have Cakewalk Home Studio and Music Creator 7 installed as well. So some of the plugins may be not included in your version of Cakewalk by BandLab. The ones that are included are Sonitus ones. Sonitus, delay, like in dynamic you have Sonitus Compressor, Sonitus Gate, Sonitus Multiband, and so on. So we'll go through those, and let's start from the delay one. To add a VST plugin into our channel, we just click with our left mouse and drag and put it under Effects. And this is what it looks like. So it all has the usual delay functionality of factor of 1 down from 8 all the way to 1/32, feedback, crossfeed, mix, and so on. And also has a filtering, so the delay automatically gets filtered at certain frequencies. There are lots of presets as well to choose from. Okay, let's have a look at the included compressor. That's the compressor. Again, threshold, ratio, and knee as well. Type whether you want normal or vintage. Makeup gain, the attack, and release. Also includes a limiter, and again, music and vintage presets available to get you started. Then we have the gate. Again, the threshold before it actually opens and closes. The depth, how much you want the reduction to be of the gate. So obviously higher it is, less effective it is. So it's not fully closing the gate, and all the way down infinity depth. That means it's just blocking everything. You can also use low cut and high cut filters for the gate. Attack, hold, release, and look ahead. All that included. The gain, again, presets. There's quite a small amount of presets available there. Now this is exciting. You get multi-band compressor, and you get up to 5 bands, and then a common one. So you can select what frequency you want, the range, and it's all quite easily movable. And then you can select each band. And then you got the makeup gain, attack, release, the ratio, knee. What you're seeing here is whichever one you've actually selected. And let's bring down the threshold. You can actually see all the different bands right there. Presets. A reasonable amount of presets there to play around with to get you started. This is fantastic. Not usually available in normal free DAWs. EQ. You get Sonitus equalizer. You get 6 bands. You can have them as shelf or pick. as well as low pass and high pass. Again, you can drag it how you like. Or if you want to make that as high pass, of course it changes. So you can either use here or any of these things here, and so on. Presets, quite reasonable presets there. So bass boost, and you enable all of the different available bands by clicking, and get it flat there as well. And you can reset. Next, we look at the filter. This is a wah-wah unit. You can see that's the change that's happening. Again, you can play around with it, give a different effect. Great, I guess, for guitars. And presets, yep, you got nice presets there as well to get you started and try things out. Modulation, we have modulator, then we have phase, I am going over them very quickly, just showing them how they look like. It's free, so you can freely download it and give it a try yourself. Reverb, again, really in-depth reverb that has low cut and high cut, pre-delay, room size, diffusion, and crossover frequencies of delay time, high dampening, and you can actually mute all the different parts of the reverb, like that. You can mute the dry direct effect, you can the early reflections, you can mute that, and the reverb, you can mute all of that and see how they each interact with each other and how they affect your reverb, and you can adjust the levels as well. And presets, auxiliary bus, really great range, and some other ones here as well as default ones. Next we have surround. The surround, Sonitus surround. Again, you can adjust where you like your effects to be, and you can quite easily automate this and have something moving around in the 3-dimension. So left, right, back, forward, get that effect. And these are all the presets to try out and get you started. Surround, and then we have surround compressor. There we go. So left, right, center, left, center, right, center. I'm not sure which ones they are. There's so many of them. So you've got this many compressors that you can actually use, and you can decide how you want to set it up. So if you have a surround system, up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 channels. So that's 8.1 basically. You can have compressions for it. Yes, so that's all the Sonitus ones. And some of the other more exciting ones that I'm going to show you are the channel strips. You have the precision strip, which includes transient shaper, includes compression, expander, equalizer, and delay. And on top of that, you have input saturation and output saturation. You can use this to shape your drums, shape your guitars, compress it, expand it so you get rid of any noise like a gate. Then you've got EQ, and you also have delay. So it's really fantastic. One of the other great thing is, see all these buttons at the bottom here show you it's routing. So you can easily say, I want the gate first, then EQ, then compression, or maybe even shape it, the transient shape, then EQ, then compression, and then I have the delay module, and so on. So you can move the routing. If you like compression before EQ, that's fine. Simple as dragging it across, however you like it, to get different effects depending on the input signal that you are trying to process. And again, another very similar strip is the vocal strip. It includes the de-esser, the compand, which includes expander and compression. So you can use it as a gate and compression in the ratio of each one. Then you have tube equalizer. You have a 3-band EQ with low shelf and high shelf and mid-band frequency, which you can select. And then you can decide which one of these EQs you want the tube effect to have. So if you want really nice and warm, bassy vocals, you can turn that on and turn this up and tube just for this frequency and below. So it's really, really great. Then it has delay as well and a doubler. Again, you can change. You want EQ before compression, that's fine. De-esser, EQ, or sometimes you want to emphasize maybe the high frequencies and then use a de-esser followed from the EQ. So you've got EQ that actually boosting the top end, then de-esser taking all of the S's where the EQ just sort of brighten it up and give it a bit more air, and then compress that, then double it, then give it an echo. It's flexible and one of the best sounding plugins that you can use for your vocals. Presets. Oh, there's lots of presets to use to get you started as well. And then we have the tube leveler. Again, it's tube saturation. Then you can drive it. And then you can actually see how the more you drive, it actually shows how it's actually clipping. You can add clipping or less clipping. It's fantastic for guitars, for vocals, for bass. So it's just a tube saturation and leveler. Now, another small one is a Boost 11. This is sort of like a limiter, a compressor limiter that you could have. You drive it or boost it in and you get reduction. You can change, select the output as well, how low you want it, and then it'll reduce it. So that's another really great one. And finally, but not least, is the external insert. This is very similar to Pipeline in Studio One Pro, where you can actually use your audio interface's outputs and inputs to process externally hardware compressors or EQs for that channel. So basically it goes out to our audio interface, gets processed, and comes back in. So this is really, really exciting for me to actually have this included in Cakewalk by BandLab. Well, that's all the plugins, and as you can see, I've added all of them without deleting it. So it accepts as many plugins as you can give it. Well, I hope this list was quite helpful to you. Now you know what other VST plugins available. And as you can see, there's a lot more there. That's because I've already, as I mentioned, I do have the home studio version, and I've also installed a couple of VSTs on this laptop, like Neutrino and CA2A, which came with my home studio, Cakewalk home studio, and a few others in there as well. So you can install your own VST plugins. There's another one, Ozone Imager. So it quite happily work without any limitations. In the future videos, I may be going through the list of all of these plugins individually and giving them an audio test and see how they work. Till next time, as always, thanks for watching and have a great time making music. Cheerio, guys.